Hello everyone, Dr. Vaishali here. Today's topic of discussion is all about law basics. There are certain basic concepts or doctrines or principles in our law course which keep coming again and again in front of you throughout your law education. These concepts are really crucial or important for every law student, but students often get confused regarding true meaning of it. The sooner you know these concepts, it is better for your understanding. For example, concept of equity or concept of parliamentary sovereignty or presidential form of government. Today's discussion is going to be a superficial kind of discussion or cursory kind of discussion about these concepts, but it is going to help you in a long term. So let us begin. Let us begin with law. What is law? Law is something which is made by lawmaking organization in your country. In case of India, it is legislature or parliament. In India, legislature comprises of two houses. House of People, which is called as Lok Sabha, and Council of States, which is called as Rajya Sabha. Discussing about executive, it comprises of President, Vice President and Council of Ministers led by Prime Minister. Judiciary is nothing but adjudicating body in your country. Court system in short. Doctrine of separation of powers is borrowed from US Constitution. Rule of law is borrowed from UK's law. While making Indian Constitution, lots of foreign constitutions they were referred. So there is an impact of US Constitution, Irish Constitution, Canadian Constitution and UK's law. After discussing these three organs of government, what comes next in line is doctrine of separation of powers. Always remember that in law, things speak for themselves. So what can be the meaning of separation of powers? Powers must be separated. Power should not be concentrated in one organ of government. They should be always separated. This principle of separation of powers or doctrine of separation of powers is borrowed from US Constitution. According to doctrine of separation of powers, there are three organs of government: legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature will legislate. It means legislature will make the law. Executive will execute, means executive will implement the law or executive will apply the law, and judiciary will adjudicate. It means judiciary will interpret the law and will apply the law in specific cases. So according to theory of separation of powers, these three organs must be kept separately and they must act separately, because power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So in order to avoid that concentration of power which corrupts, this theory of separation of powers is adopted by Indian Constitution. Doctrine of rule of law or concept of rule of law. So as I told you before some time, in law things speak for themselves. So what can be the meaning of concept of rule of law? Law rules. Law is above everything. So king is not law, but law is the king. This concept is borrowed from UK's law. Now let us go through types of government quickly. Unitary government. Unitary government means political power is centralized at the national level, which is called unitary government. So what is federal government? Political power is decentralized and split between state governments. So it is called federal government. And what is quasi-federal government? It's a mixture of unitary plus federal type of government. Now, unitary government, classic example is UK. Federal government, classic example is United States. And quasi-federal government, which is a mixture of unitary plus federal elements, classic example of quasi-federal government is Indian government. Now again, when Britishers left India, India was used to get ruled by a common ruler. So unitary pattern of government already existed in India before Britishers left. Once India was freed and we made our constitution, we borrowed federalism from United States Constitution. Federalism means different federal units will be separate and they will be autonomous, and more powers will be given to them as compared to central government. Now, we had a choice. So what our policy makers did, they made our polity quasi-federal. It's a combination of some unitary features and some federal features. So we have a government which is called quasi-federal type of government. Judicial review. Judicial review is nothing but review by Supreme Court or High Court of constitutional validity of any act. So if any law is made in India which is against the constitution or which goes beyond the ambit of Indian constitution, then Supreme Court or High Court can declare that law as unconstitutional, and this is called as doctrine of judicial review. Next very important doctrine is doctrine of precedent. Doctrine of precedent means principles established in legal cases are binding on lower courts. So if a decision is given by Supreme Court, it will be binding on High Court. If a decision is given by High Court, it will be binding on lower courts. Now, if Supreme Court wants to repeal its own decision, it can constitute a higher judges bench and it can repeal its own decision. So in short, it is called as doctrine of precedent, that decisions given by upper courts are binding on lower courts. While discussing parliamentary government, in India we have parliamentary type of government. Presidential government, it is there in United States. In case of parliamentary government, executive is accountable to parliament, and in case of presidential government, executive is not accountable to parliament. Constitutional supremacy. In India, we do have constitutional supremacy. So what is constitutional supremacy? It means constitution will be the supreme law in our country, and no law made by legislature can go against the constitution. So in Britain, they have parliamentary supremacy, and in India, we have constitutional supremacy. Parliamentary supremacy means parliament will be the supreme lawmaking authority, and because there is no constitution in Great Britain and parliament is the apex lawmaking body, so parliament can repeal any law. But in India, we have constitutional supremacy, so constitution will be the supreme law and parliament can make law only within the ambit of the constitution and it cannot go beyond the constitution. Now next thing in line is common law. So what is common law? Again, common law concept is borrowed from Britain. Common law is a law which is made by judges. So decision given by judges are binding on lower judges or lower courts. So basically common law is nothing but a judge-made law. And then comes equity. There were equity courts in Great Britain. Those courts used to decide a matter by morality or by common sense or by applying the principle of equality. So equity is nothing but that type of jurisdiction. Today we discussed some basic doctrines or principles or concepts in law. If you have any doubt about any more concepts, please comment so that I can give justice to your comments in my next lecture. And stay tuned till my next lecture. Goodbye.